Morning of day 129. I am up at 6 o'clock basically, and I am heating water for my breakfast. So this morning's breakfast is oatmeal. Let's see if I got a boil here. Don't need a complete boil for oatmeal. So anyway, I don't know if I can do this one-handed or not. My oatmeal is in a freezer bag, and I just pour the water in and go for it. See if I can make this happen here. Oops. Need two hands. I'll be back with you. Back at the beginning of day 129, we're on the trail. Last night we hiked about halfway up a climb to where we had a campsite and water. This morning we finished that climb off, and now we're going downhill. This is Vermont, up and down and up and down. Pretty steep. Looks like we're in for about several more of these today. Just go straight up and then go straight down. But we're hiking toward a goal, and that's to get into town and have a rest day, which is exciting. I'm sure by the end of the rest day we'll be ready to be back out here again, but that's what we're doing. The weather is gorgeous. Got into the upper 40s last night, and it is currently something like 53 degrees, and great hiking weather. We don't sweat near as much. As just commenting this morning as I was getting around that haven't been drinking near as much water lately, but the temperature has changed greatly. When you're hiking in the 60s and low 70s, it's way different hiking in the 80s. So we're taking it down the trail. Don't think that we have any really major milestones or whatever on the trail today. It's just knocking out some miles. So that's what we're going to do. Heading toward Maine. We got an end goal. We're feeling a little bit of pressure to get there in time so that Baxter hasn't closed Katahdin. They kind of pick the date when they do it. It's often around the 14th of October. So trying to get there, which means we got to keep crack-a-lacking. Some days it seems hard to think I'm going to be doing this for 5.5 more weeks, and other times it just seems like the days are flying past. So it's a little bit of both. So we're going to keep on putting one foot in front of the other. I think the estimate is if you hike the whole trail, the average person, it's about 5 million steps, which means we're down to the last quarter. We only have 1.25 million to go. So keep taking you with me. So far this morning, the profile on the trail has held. We just topped out our third climb, although the trail it's been steep, but it hasn't been rocky or hard to navigate, and we are going down the backside of it. I think what happens next is we do another little up, and then we start the whoop-de-doos to scrub off a lot of elevation into Hanover. Our goal tonight is a shelter 6 miles from Hanover, which would be a great easy in to Hanover tomorrow. So that means that we have 12 to do, which we got to get them done. It's 10 o'clock now. We took a little time up at the top of the last peak. There was actually a view. You'll see some photos from up there at the end of the video. We took some time to get our hotel things straightened away. Found a little less expensive one that is close to walking distance to restaurants, which is great. So we don't have to worry about getting transportation to stuff. So our agenda in Hanover is that both Creek and I have mailed our winter gear to Hanover, along with a 5-day resupply. So we need to get to the post office tomorrow, get a resupply boxes, repack our packs, and then take our summer gear that we're shipping back, put them back in the boxes, get them taped up and shipped home. And once we do that, then we're headed for a hotel and a little relaxation. We've been pushing ourselves pretty hard. It's not the same as these 20-year-olds that push themselves to 25 miles, but we've been pushing ourselves pretty hard. We'll take a day to let our bodies rest, and then we're starting into New Hampshire, and the main event's about to begin. So the whites are hard and spectacular. So I'm looking forward to the spectacular. I'm have a little anxiety about the hard, but iconic places like Mount Washington and some of the others, all these peaks above tree line, and on a clear day they would just be amazing. Mount Moosilauke, or Moosilauke, however you pronounce it, is coming up shortly, so we got some stuff to look forward to. Right now, just hiking through kind of this hemlock forest. We're on a road. Occasionally the AT does this to us, and it's actually really nice to have cruisy trail, as we would call it. And then we're being flanked over here by the stone walls. So every so often, oh man, since Maryland, but we've seen a lot of them here in Vermont, are these stone walls, just sometimes in the middle of nowhere, and you wonder, how did they come to be? Some of these rocks are pretty big, so whoever put those rocks in place, that was one stout boy. Or I don't know, maybe they used a mechanism to do it, but it's crazy to see these here. But this nice trail is very welcome, and so you can see what we're hiking down here. We just got to make sure we don't miss the turnoff, because whenever we have a nice trail like this, the Appalachian Trail turns off of it, and it's real easy to get sucked into the niceness of what you have and miss the turn. So we got to keep our eyes open. After this next little climb, we have had all the climbs of significance. That doesn't mean there isn't any climbing that isn't hard, but well, I've gotten all those done. So we're heading up the trail, a little more upbeat. It's kind of nice to hike to something rather than just hike up and down and up and down and up and down. So we'll keep taking you with me. So the trail actually goes through West Hartford, Vermont. So we are actually on the trails. We walk in here to town. It's been kind of a ride getting here. I got rubber legs. We really would like to go another almost 4 miles today. So we're going to see what we find in West Hartford. I heard somewhere there's a convenience store. I could go for something from a convenience store right now. But we'll just see what happens. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we came into West Hartford, and we're going to try to get some water at the library over here, and it's closed because it's Labor Day. And we started walking over to this house right here. I'll show you. And somebody pointed us in this direction. We said, can we get some water? And she offered us soda, hot dogs, and birthday cake. So 2 sodas later, 2 hot dogs later, and a piece of birthday cake. we're headed out of town. I was hoping for a convenience store to get a Coke, cold Coke to power me up. We have 1,500 feet elevation gain, 3 miles, so we got a little work to do. And man, got it in spades. So what a blessing. This lady entertains hikers a lot and lets them camp in her yard. We didn't even know about it, but it worked out fantastic. So that was such a blessing. Kind of restores your faith in people, that there's still people that do this kind of thing in the world. So we made it to the shelter we had targeted. It's a 15-mile day. It's been a good 15-mile day. We are pretty beat, but had a lot of climbing. I don't know if it was as much as, I know it was over 3,000 feet, maybe 4. But we're heading into here. There was another hiker we had met and talked with. He was stopping here at the shelter. So we're hoping to run into Multifunction here and find the campsites. We don't want to stay in the shelter. This shelter didn't have water, so we carried water for 1.7 miles uphill, 600 feet of elevation gain, 5 pounds of water. 3 liters, enough for tonight, tomorrow morning, and a liter to carry. It's a lot of water, but we're here, and it gives us a short day tomorrow. So I think we have 6 miles into Hanover, and they said 3 of it is a road walk, which makes it really easy. So I'll show you the shelter down to the trail. We walked a lot of these pine hemlock forests today. We stopped and got some Trail Magic at this lady's house in West Hanover, and which was awesome. And she said they called the last section we did the Vermont roller coaster because it's so up and down. And it literally, there's a roller coaster in Virginia that does the same thing, only this really kicked our butts. Of course, the roller coaster in Virginia kicked our butts too. It's just up and down and up and down, and steep ups and steep downs. And so we've arrived at 6:08, just a little bit after 6. That's when we don't like to stop much later than 6 in the evening. So we made it here. Looks like Creek and Multifunction are jawing, and so it's been a good day. It's been a good 15. It was hard, I'll tell you what. 2 sodas, 2 hot dogs, and a piece of birthday cake do help fuel you up a climb. So anyway. So an end of day wrap up today, 129. Pretty big day today. Hiked 15 miles. Had 4,200 feet of elevation gain, 3,400 feet of elevation loss. Excuse me. Started hiking about 7:30 this morning, and ended up hiking right after 6. So put in a big day. It sets up excuse me, it sets up a hike into Hanover, New Hampshire tomorrow. We will be in New Hampshire, bye-bye Vermont, of about 5 miles, which is awesome, which means we get a Nero and a 0. I don't know what's with this sneezing, but so awesome day. We had to persevere at the end of the day, but the Trail Magic back in West Hartford, I'm sure helped a lot of calories and some caffeine. So it's amazing how those things make a difference. So wrap up of day 129.